Hello everyone, welcome to Dragon Beat Gaming, and today we're playing Game Builder Garage. And this is going to be fun, because I have 10 games for us here today, and some extend-ons from like this one, and this is a 3-game thing, the Breath of the Wild. And then there's the disc golf one that I made, and basically this is 4 of my games, and all of the other games are other people's that are pretty good. And these are my most complicated games. My most complicated. By far. So, let's start with the least complicated single game, which is the disc golf one, which is this one. Also, something that I will be doing is there will be descriptions, and there will be a code for this in the for these games. There will be my programmer ID and game IDs for all of the games that I have in this video. Also, this series of games is not finished, so this one will be the one that doesn't have a code. And why did you fly all the way over there, disc? You were supposed to, not hit any trees. I'm gonna try to jump and throw. I made the jump over the water here, because this water actually increases your thingy by 2 strokes, which is not good. And this is the only one that has a counter. This is probably the most polished one of them all. Just because, oof, why did you just fly straight into the wall? That's not what you're supposed to do. That was a par. And then hold 2, straight uphill. We just go straight uphill. And the first thing we do is hit a rock on the way up. So, no, come on, disc. You're not supposed to go 3 feet. You're supposed to go like 7 billion. Come on, come on. No. No, no, no. Let's just go from here. Aw, man. No, no, stop. Let me see where I landed. Oh, I'm safe. I'm safe. I'm safe. Okay. Yes, I made it. That's, I don't know how many. I wasn't counting. Yes. Okay. Yeah, there's probably more to this, but I haven't finished it. So basically what the concept is you have to throw this frisbee, and you have to try to do it in as little throws. It's basically golf, but you throw frisbees instead of hitting a ball with a club. So yes, that is disc golf. Okay, so something that I did probably forget to mention is that this, all of the other games that I've created, which will be this one and then the next 2 after it, will be using like really polished things that I could never do on my own, because I used a tutorial like demo thingy to do it, and Dave Nodon is pretty good at showing how to do stuff in Game Builder Garage. Bonk. Whee! It slows down time. Come after me! And then this one has no trolls. You just swim up, and then you get that. And you can also press R to go faster, which is you've probably already seen by now. But we're just turning really fast, because I was just counting up here, because there's just, I believe that's 5 apples, because This is the 5th apple. Yay! Alright, on to the next game. Okay, we're in this game, the Poolside Shipwreck. Which, this game is honestly one of my favorites. It's just so cool. Just because you can ground pound and you can swim too. That's cool. But oh, look, there's like a sunken ship right here. But the entrance is kind of similar to the Jolly Roger Bay one from Mario 64, which is a series you should definitely check out. And we can't break it because we're just simply not strong enough. So we're gonna come over here and we're gonna equip the metal cap, which gives us metal arms. And we're gonna come over here, which this is like a timer of like 10 seconds, the metal cap. And look, there's 2 treasure chests like in the ship of the Jolly Roger Bay. But why don't I just do this? Because why not? Because it doesn't work underwater, like in Mario 64. Because you're swimming, and you can't break open boxes while swimming in Mario 64. 1, and then 2. And then also, twirl! And it's a timer base too. Like, I'm literally pressing the twirl button. It literally won't work. You press R to do a twirl and A to jump in this game. Boom! You twirl to get up here, and then you hit the box, and then you can get a star. Neat. Stop. You look at this thing, it's a Goomba. It's a Goomba, right? You look at this thing, it's a Koopa. And then there's also a Koopa shell, too. We stomped on the shell. And then here's a little secret ending thing that you can do. Or not a secret ending. I'm just gonna twirl back. Just because. I don't want to die. This is what you do to not die. Also, there's a pipe here. He's gonna break the wall, so it doesn't matter. Oh boy. Now this is honestly kind of flat now. There's like the pipe, the chain chomp, and that's it. You can also throw hammers by clicking in a stick. Now, because of how weird teleporters are in this if you press down on as a directional button, you teleport this way, up to go the other way. Okay? If you decide to play this. And then the superstar adds like particle effects around you, which alternate. But yeah, let's just not die by twirling. No, there's an invis-wall. I'm hitting an invis-wall. I'm just twirling back. Twirl, 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 twirl. And then, goodbye, chain chomp. And then, okay, we're doing the, this thing. Oh, I'm sorry, Toad. Ah! I throw a ball at you. Sorry, Toast. Bye, Toast. And then Waluigi crazy pinball. Okay, we're here. No, come on. Ah! Ah! Okay, good. Whee! I feel like that's how you're supposed to do it. Alrighty, we're here now, and what? He just flies, apparently. And then we just wait for that to get onto that thing, and then we just launch it. Come on. Come on. Okay, thank you, Waluigi, for actually cooperating today. And come on, we just launch! Oh, wait. Huh? And we're gonna do this, which is gonna open up that door. can't do anything over there, seeing as we need the key from this room, which is simple. And then we can come over here, unlock this door, and then we can push this onto that, and then we can push that onto that, and then do that. And it's slower now. I'm just gonna put this here for later. Okay. Alrighty. It just exploded. And then, so a trick I have here is with the big one when they're like halfway off the screen so that it explodes. But with the little ones, whenever they leave the screen from the top, because that's a reliable method. And they explode, and then I can get one of my keys. And that key just floats. And then we come over here. Why not? I'm just gonna come up here, push that right there. And I'm just gonna try to do the flick. No, that didn't work. Basically, you're supposed to do that, which is simple. But I wanted to flick it across and roll it and get it rolling over there. Because why not? Rolling it and doing it the harder way is more fun. And then I'm gonna go back to that room after we get this key in that chest. No, that went fast. Those arrows go zip, zip. They're fast, like real fast. Oh, it hit it and it didn't go straight through. And then we're just gonna do that. And then we're gonna do this. No, die. Oh. Well, that was the end of that. You could use, I feel like bombs or arrows would work. But that's it for this game. Alrighty, let's just do the Legend of Zelda Garage, which is just the Legend of Zelda map where you collect like 32 rupees to beat it, because you need 12 rupees to get bombs. I feel like they're miscounting, but okay. And then that gets me to 9 rupees. Whee! Oh, I just wasted one. I hope I don't need it. I'm gonna come down here to get that rupee and these 6 rupees, which is insane. And we're gonna come up here and destroy you. No, that's not what you're doing. You're supposed to dodge me, but you're not a great AI. But still, that's fine. I'll just push you into that. Let me just make sure I have enough rupees, which I do. And on to the next game. Alright, let's just get the next Zelda one out of the way. And you basically have like, you're supposed to climb here. Oh, hold on. You can run to use X, you can B to jump, or you can hold B near a ledge to climb up it. And you can hold ZR in the air to glide, which is the paraglider. And we're just gonna hover over this gap. And then we're gonna have to collect all 3 relics to find Ganondorf. To get to which this is like Breath of the Wild 2. Which is like, this is the Breath of the Wild 2 trailer from E3 of 2021. I'm not sure when you're watching this. If you're watching this the day it comes out, then it's this year. But if you're watching it in the future, depending on when in the future, then that year might be important to you. So we're going to come over here, and we also grabbed one of the relics, the Master Sword over there, and we're just gonna come over here, which is where the second relic is. Where mainly like I feel like the world is set to like default, but you don't really spend time on like the bottom of the world at all. like the bottom of the world is basically the tutorial, and until you get into the air and like the mountain, and that's it. And then that's the second relic on top of him, and then you can come over here for this. Also for this game, the Bowser's Fury game I'm gonna have, and the other 2 games in this like combination, I'll have a programmer ID because they were all made by the same person. So yes, and then after this, I feel like after we do this, we're gonna do the Bowser's Fury, I think, if I have it scheduled correctly, which I believe I do. Also, ZELDA slowdown time in this one, yeah. And then part 2, 3, 2 out of 3. And then this is, I don't have them all because like I only need 1 in order to get to the access to the other 2. What is that? Is that a hippo? No, that's just a purple. No, that's water from over there. Oh, I didn't know that that existed there. But you can shoot an arrow up there to remove this black block, which is in your way. And then you can come over here and attack those by just making the sword touch it, or actually using your sword instead of just being lazy and just touching it with the sword by just turning, which is honestly quite fun. And something fun that you can do that I realized recently that I honestly would never think of doing, and I don't think is practical, but yeah, you can just come up here and destroy them. That's just so silly. That's just so silly. And then you can just come over here, and we're just gonna fly across the gap and a little bit of the bridge. I've taken a little too much damage, honestly. And ow, ow, ow. Although, good thing I feel like I regenerate when I get to the boss, which is right down this hole. Which we then reach here, which, hi Zelda, smash, 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 smash. This is also the second trailer. This game and the third game, which is this, is all the second trailer, and this is the boss battle, basically. Ow. And I'm just gonna do this, and basically you just have to hold ZL and just mash your sword, and then it's basically just fine. Oh, hi Zelda. Bye Zelda. And then we just touch that, and then we win. On to the next game. Okay, so this is Bowser Garage, otherwise known as Scamper Shores, and the controls are right there. That's non-solid, cool. And we can come up here. I'm not even gonna bother with it anymore. I don't care anymore. So we're just gonna get this first one, which is a cat shine shard. This is just a couple crates, which replaces the one up here, I'm guessing, the one up there. And then there's this one right here, which honestly, I feel like I know why they didn't put it in here. Because that would take up a couple more nodons. And you want to try to use as little nodons as possible if you're going to work on a big project like this. Like, I feel like this is basically as complicated as we're getting probably for like this. For like a Mario level, because like this is 512 and this is really detailed, which if it's detailed, it's honestly quite good, which I feel like is mainly the most important part. Also, jump. We made the jump and we're on here now, and I'm just gonna make this jump, which is quite simple. That's also another cat shine shard. There's a lucky cat suit up there, and then this one right here is honestly I never found. I would have that. What? Ball, get this out. Yeah, I know. I would have never thought of it. And this is the first cat shine that you would probably get if you're not looking for the cat shine shards. And then you can come up here, and then there's like a little power-up thingy that it would normally be a power-up. And then there's one down here, which is one of the cat shine shards. I think that would normally be over here, and there would be a little alcove, but you can't exactly make alcoves in cylinders. It just doesn't work. But if you come here, Fury Bowser will break open the Fury blocks, which are those orange blocks, and then you can get the cat shine inside. Honestly, this one's honestly kind of silly to be our last one, because it's just silly, because it's simple. Alright, now let's go. That wasn't supposed to happen to me, it was supposed to happen to you. I'm just gonna drop that there and hope he touches it. Yeah, Donkey Kong's like the easiest one to take out in this game, because he only walks back and forth in that one alley. Whereas Yoshi is more centered, and Luigi likes hugging walls. I don't know why. Don't ask me why. But, the Donkey Kong doesn't exist anymore. But, I'm chasing after Luigi. Bye, Luigi. Oh, I missed, and it just ricocheted off the wall. So let's get him. Let's try to get him. Fuck. I put that banana there, so Luigi's gonna bump into it later. And I'm just gonna jump and accelerate to here. See what I get. Feather again. I really don't like the feather. Alright, mushroom again, really? Okay, I'm just chasing you. I'm chasing you. We're gonna see if he bumps into my banana from earlier. Did he? Did he? He did, I think. I think he did. No, I'm just gonna leave a banana there. Please give me a Koopa shell. Please give me a Koopa shell. Please give me a Koopa shell. Banana's fine. I can put a banana like right here, and he'll touch it. Excuse me, Yoshi, are you broken? Is Yoshi broken? I feel like Yoshi's broken. Wait, he hurt himself. He just killed himself. Oh, he's coming around the bend? I just need to see this. He's not even looking at me. He just killed himself. He just walked into the beginning and I was like, oh no! Alright, yeah. That is my top 10 best games in Game Builder Garage that I have played / created as of now. So all of my codes will be in the description or on the screen. Actually, no, they're definitely in the description. Also, my programmer ID is in the description if you want to play any of my other unique games out there. And I have tons of neat projects that I'm working on. Also, sneak peek on one of my projects, probably. This is honestly quite simple. You have Cappy, you throw him out, and then that happens. This is a tuna. You can capture it, and then you can uncapture it, and then you can just break this turnip. That's all I have, but yeah, it works. And I'm planning on making tons of other cool games. I'm not even sure if this game will make it, but yeah. I'll see you next time on Dragon Beat Gaming.